Hey, what is up guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. Now in this video, I want to tell you guys 5 different side hustles that I've seen work really well for less than 50 bucks, right? So you're probably thinking, how on earth can I start a side hustle for 50 bucks? And I'm going to give you 5 different ways. Number 5 is absolutely going to blow your mind, but it's only for the people that want tremendous gains in the long term. There is a catch. It is something that I am doing currently, and I am actively making money and progressing along a time frame. However, that's number 5. We have a lot more to cover in between now and then. So right off the bat, I'm not going to make you wait. Number 1, chances are pretty good you're a bit handy if you're watching this and you're looking to just make some extra money on the side. Well, if you have 50 bucks to spend, go fill up your car and take some hardware out of your house. So when I say hardware, I mean a ladder, hammer, saws, nails, anything like that, and start asking your neighbors, hey, is there anything that you might need help with? Chances are pretty good your neighbor is willing to pay you X amount of dollars for some services. Now myself, I'm a little bit handy, but I'm really not that handy. So I'm more than happy and more than comfortable paying somebody who's willing to solve my problems. That's the key. You have to be able to solve somebody's problem. So if it's somebody who's struggling with their car and you happen to be pretty handy with cars, go ask them. Fill up your car, go get some gas and say, hey, I would love to help you with your car. I could do an oil change for you for $50 or $100 or $200, whatever that number is. And if you can solve their problem, right? If they need an oil change or you see somebody working on their house, there's a lot of people outside right now, especially because the holiday season just passed, who need their lights taken down after Christmas. Go door knock. I promise you, somebody is too busy to take down their own lights. Now you might be thinking, why would they even pay you to do that? 1, they're afraid of heights. I personally am terrified of heights. I don't like anything higher than about 6 to 8 feet off the ground. You will never catch me on a roller coaster. Heck, I don't even like going near the edge of a mountain. So for me to pay somebody to take down the lights on a house is a no-brainer. I am just not going to subject myself to the mental stress that I self-impose to take down lights. It might take you an hour, it might take you 2 hours, but either way, regardless of how much time it takes you, think about how much money do you want to make. Do you want to make $50 an hour? If it's going to take you 2 hours, charge them $100. You just made $100 for the day, and all you have to do is get a ladder out and fill up your car with gas and go door knock on some people's houses, right? There's a major snowstorm up in New York. Guess what another way is? Go get your snowblower, fill it up with $10 worth of gas, and go door knock on people's houses and say, hey, I would love to snowblow your driveway and remove all the snow out of here. Is this something you'd be willing to pay for? In New York, especially with 12 to 8 inches of snow, people are willing to pay a pretty penny to get out of their driveway and either go to work, go to the grocery store, go get gas, go see their friends. The list goes on and on. Heck, we're in a pandemic right now. They might be going to the liquor store. Either way, you need to think about, hey, what problem does somebody have to solve? So whether it's Christmas lights on a house that you might have just missed, it could be a fall cleanup. If you have a lawnmower and a rake and you want to get some leaves off of somebody's yard, it might take you 4, 5, 6 hours to do, but that person might be willing to pay you $200 to $300 to remove all the leaves on their property, depending on the size of their property. Why not? It might take you some time, but once again, for 50 bucks, you're paying for a little bit of gas to get there, maybe a cup of coffee in the morning, and ultimately everything else is completely free. And chances are pretty good you have gas. So talk about saving some money. That could cost you almost $0 to go do those things. Just go knock on somebody's door and figure out a way that you can change your time in for money, and you'll walk away with anywhere between $100 up to several $100s for a day's worth of work. Trust me, I know this because I used to go either clean up somebody's yard, used to go shovel somebody's driveway before I had a snowblower, and anything like that. If you have the benefit of having a truck, go get a plow. It might cost you a couple $100, but trust me, every driveway that you plow is $75 to $100. You might only have to plow 4 or 5 driveways, and if you do that year after year, that plow pays for itself for a lifetime to come. So that is number 1. Go figure out a service or solution that you can provide for somebody who has an immediate need right now. Trade your time in for some money and you could go and make quite a bit of money. And if you're looking to do this on the weekends, this is a great way to make extra money. Number 2, social media management. And this is actually what I started my business on, which is social media management. If you happen to take some pretty decent photos for literally $10 or $20 a month, you can go pay for a software that allows you to post to multiple social media accounts. With the new iPhones 11 and 12 coming out with these incredible cameras, you could go up to a restaurant or a local small business and say, hey, do you mind if I run your social media? It's gonna cost you $200, $300, $400, $500 per month, and I'm gonna take a bunch of content and post it for you regularly over the course of the month. Now, the nice part is if you have 50 bucks, go pay for a software like Buffer or a software like eClincher or a software like Hootsuite, and you can immediately start to make money on all of those. By the way, I will leave links in the description down below if you do want to go do that. Go door knock, say, hey, for $200, $300, $400, $500 a month, depending on how much work you're willing to put in, say, hey, I'll run your social media account and I'll help get you followers. Use relevant things like hashtags, put really captivating images up there, and ultimately go follow a bunch of other people in the industry so they see what you do. So if you're a restaurant, go follow some of the moms groups and the dads groups, and ultimately just follow people in the community, and they'll begin to start following you back, seeing your stuff, and ultimately engaging with you. Also, feel free to run competitions or contests where you say, hey, submit a picture of your stuff, win a free pizza. This is a great idea I had for a local pizza place where I said, look, if you tag us in a picture, as long as we could use that picture, we are happy to enter you in for a free pie of the week or of the month. And ultimately, it worked out really, really well. We got a nearly unlimited amount of content because people wanted free pizza, and they're taking picture of delicious, good-looking food. So go out, grab one of these softwares, go grab a bunch of pictures in a day on a Saturday or Sunday, and schedule them out over the course of a month. You could easily turn $50 into $300, $400, $500 worth of reoccurring money. And the best part is you could do this over and over and over again. This is pretty scalable. Now, are you gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars? No, but I could promise you, you will make several $1,000s a month because this is literally what I did when I first launched my business. So go out there, go grab one of these softwares because it allows you to post on multiple accounts and start grabbing some good pictures of people's stuff. Now, if you don't know how to take pictures, go on YouTube. There are a million resources out there on how to take pictures with your phone, but ultimately, just try to grab some good pictures and post them online. Doing something on social media for these restaurants or business owners is always better than doing nothing. Number 3, and this one actually might not cost you any money, but go be a dog walker. Chances are pretty good that if you're watching this video, you have a bunch of friends in the local community. Be a dog walker or dog sitter. Ask your friends, hey, I know that you're working throughout the day. Would you mind if I walked your dog? Right? Chances are pretty good somebody wants to let a friend inside their home as opposed to a complete and utter stranger. Now, I'm not hating on these major platforms like Wag and things like that where some of these dog walkers will come to your house, but you literally might make between $35 and $60 an hour walking somebody's dog. And if you can do multiple houses or multiple dogs at the same time, right, why not? Heck, if you own a house and you have a backyard, why not start a puppy daycare center? Make sure your backyard is clean, make sure it's kind of dog proof and no dogs are gonna escape, and ask your friends, hey, would you wanna spend $15, $20, $25 for the day, drop your dog off and watch them all day? Especially if you work from home, this is a great side hustle. If it's during the week and you're looking for some extra money, hey, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm offering my backyard. Bring your dog, $25 for the day. The dog gets to hang out. I'll make sure nothing happens to the dog, and you sit there all day. Now, you might watch the dog for 8, 10 hours for the day, but if you have 10 dogs at $25 for the day, that's $250. Do that 4 times a month, and you're at $1,000. Now, are you gonna need to go buy things like poop bags and a shovel to pick up dog poop and things like that? Of course you're going to, and possibly even a little grass seed at the end of it. More than likely. Honestly, your overhead expenses are so low when it comes to this whole thing. And honestly, for the amount of work that you have to do, you get to sit outside and hang outside all day. If you work from home, bring your laptop outside. Put a little shelter over here so you don't have to worry about a glare. And ultimately, watch dogs all day. Who wouldn't want to hang out with dogs all day? And go watch these guys play and have fun. Just pick up after them. That's all you have to do. Make sure that their owner comes and gets them in a reasonable time. And for $25 per day, there's a very reasonable amount of money for somebody to drop off their dog. And when that owner gets to pick up their dog, that dog is going to be happy, that dog is going to be tired, and that dog is going to be ready for bed and not a stressor to the owner. So as long as you pitch it right and you tell that owner, hey, leave your dog with me. I'm going to make sure he plays with other dogs and goes to the bathroom, and he's going to have, even a report card. A lot of these companies are doing report cards. Hey, the dog was good. They went to the bathroom. They did this, right? That is an easy way for you to make a ton of money. Are your overall expenses going to be under $50? More than likely. You probably need some doggy bags. You probably need some grass seed. You probably need a garden hose to rinse off any furniture or anything like that that may get pee on it. But other than that, that's under $50, and you are making $250 a day if you get 10 dogs. Heck, even if you don't get 10 dogs and you get 2 dogs, have them hang out in your house, and you could watch them while you're working, or around the house all day if you do have the luxury of working at home. It's a great side hustle, and heck, even during the weekends, if somebody wants to go on a weekend trip, hey, leave your dog with me. I'm happy to watch your dog for $50 or $75 per day. It's really not gonna cost you much money, and honestly, the amount of money that you can make is incredible. So I highly, highly, highly recommend going to do that. Number 4, and this is honestly one of my favorites, is you could absolutely go out and start a car detailing business. Now, chances are pretty good you're probably not gonna be the best detailer in the world, especially right when you start. But honestly, most people don't really want a showroom level car. They want a clean interior, they want clean windows, they want it to smell good, right? When people take laundry out of their laundry machine, they smell it, they want it to smell good. Same thing with your car. There's nothing better than getting into a car that smells good. For $50, you can go out, you could buy some car shampoo, you could buy some wash mitts, you could buy a mini vacuum, or your chances are pretty good you already have a vacuum at home. And honestly, all said and done, you're probably looking at right around the $50 mark. Go door knock, go make some posts on social media saying, hey, I'm willing to detail cars for $50 or $100 per car. This is what it includes. And honestly, you would be so shocked at how many people will take you up on it. This is something you can do after work. This is something you can do on the weekends. And if they have a garage, they might even let you use the garage to clean their cars, which now you're out of the elements, you're out of that freezing cold if you're up in the north right now. And if you're down south, you could do this year round for literally $50. You could start and buy your window cleaner, you could buy your car shampoo, you could buy potentially a small vacuum and things like that. And as long as that car looks pretty good at the end of it, nobody is going to question spending anywhere between $35 up to $100 for a really clean car. Now, there are professional level detailers out there, and you will have to spend a substantial amount of money to get into that between buffers and all that kind of stuff. But this might be just an entry level into doing that either full time or as a higher level side hustle down the road. But all in, honestly, for $50, you can get quite a substantial amount of stuff. If you really want to go all in and buy one of these kits, it might cost you a little more than $50, maybe $100, $200. But ultimately, you'll have enough chemicals to wash hundreds of cars and make a ton of money. Think about it, right? If you could wash 3 cars in a weekend for $50 a piece, you're making $150 on the course of a weekend, and you probably only spent about $10 to $20 worth of chemicals. That is a great return on investment, and it just took you a couple hours to get the whole job done. So I highly recommend it. I've seen so many people make a great side hustle out of this whole thing. And honestly, the dirtier the car, the more money you get to charge. So look for those really, really dirty cars. And for most people, $50 or $100 to get a clean car is well worth it to get that new car smell and for everything to be nice and clean and at this point, sanitized. Number 5, and this is something that I do myself, is start a blog. Now you're probably thinking, why would I want to start a blog? Well, between starting a blog on either Wix or WordPress, if you're really looking to save some money, go WordPress, find some free software out there, and ultimately you can go to A2 Hosting and you can literally spend, I think, $3 a month on your hosting package. Go start a blog. Go write content about things that you like to do. If you're a bartender, write stories about bartending. If you are a server, write stories about serving. If you're a Starbucks barista, write drink recipes and why people like them and the ambiance and things you would love to have in your own dream cafe. And these are things that people are going to search over time. Think about questions that people ask you all the time. Is regular milk good for you? How to steam regular milk? These are all different things that people want to know about. They're all Googling it. Over time, after building content for a really long time, this is, like I said, this is something that I'm doing, people are going to start to visit your website. As you begin to command more and more traffic, tens of thousands of clicks per month, it is a very, very easy to rapidly grow and start selling ad spaces, start doing product reviews, start becoming an Amazon affiliate, and ultimately, yeah, you might spend $50 over the course of your first year, but chances are pretty good right around your first year mark is when things are going to start to pay for itself. And as you build more traffic, you're going to get sponsorships, you're going to get a whole bunch of different things because people are going to start to recognize you. You can turn that $50, as long as you're willing to put in the work and create content on a weekly basis, into a massive, massive audience and a tremendous amount of money for you. Like I said, this is something I do on my own personal website, harrisonbarron.com. This is something I'm doing at my company, growth-generators.com, and ultimately it works really, really well. It is a very slow and tedious process. Go check out my friends over at Income School. They have a ton of different stuff on content creation and blogging and things like that, and making it a full-time income. It literally does work, but you have to be willing to put in, an hour or two at minimum per week. All right, guys, please, I would love to know which one of those 5 ideas you guys end up using, because I started out making social media posts for other businesses. I literally charged between $350 and $500 per month, and I would go out, I bought one of these softwares. I literally did this. This is what helped me launch my business. So if this is something you guys do, please, I would love to know. If you guys found value in this video, please hit the like button, because it is literally free, helps me reach more people, and ultimately helps me influence more people. So please leave a comment down below if you do any of these things. If you're already doing any of these things, let me know how much money you're making. I'm really, really curious. Other than that, I hope you guys found value in this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And look, I promise you, this stuff does work. This is literally what I'm building my business on. I did number 5 for a lot of my companies. I also did the social media thing. It does really work. I wish you guys the best. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. Other than that, see you guys in the next one.